Okay, let's dive into the incredible economic story of a tiny island nation, Singapore. Imagine a country so small it could fit inside New York City. Yep, that's Singapore. But get this, its wealth per person is actually higher than in the United States. So you gotta ask, how on earth did they get so rich in just 60 years? All right, let's rewind. Back in 1965, the brand new nation had a massive problem. Think about it, zero natural resources. They had to build an entire economy from scratch. Their early game plan was brilliant. First, manufacturing for jobs, then literally making more land. They built a rock-solid foundation with a stable government and great infrastructure to attract money. Okay, foundation's in place. Next up, turn the country into an absolute money magnet. And a huge piece of the puzzle was their corporate tax rate, just 17%. Now, that's way lower than places like the US or UK, a total magnet for companies. So that combo of low taxes and stability, it pulled in over 4,000 multinational companies. And with companies comes money. By 2004, the amount they were managing was huge. But check this out. By 2022, that number had just exploded. Talk about a successful strategy. But here's the thing, attracting money wasn't enough. They had to attract the right people too. So the government went all in, turning the city into a top-tier lifestyle destination. And its location was just perfect for the new wave of wealthy from China and India. But you know, this incredible success story definitely came with some serious trade-offs. The nation's founder, Lee Kuan Yew, was pretty upfront about his priorities, even over certain freedoms. And that created this huge contrast. Super open for business, but pretty closed for dissent. Now, there's a new leader, Lawrence Wong, and he's inheriting this really complex situation. He's facing a whole new set of challenges that are really going to test that old formula. Which all leads to the big question, can Singapore's successful formula actually adapt for the future?